Starting off. What up, boys? All right, so I don't even know what is it. Yeah, June 4th. It's a Thursday today. I'll be speaking a little quieter because you see I'm in an Airbnb right now. All right, I rented a room. Why is the lighting so shit? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to see. Do I have my laptop here to provide backlight? Maybe, but don't worry about that. All right, it's just me and you right now. I'm in Medellin, Colombia. I'll be speaking a little quieter because as you see, I'm in a closet, and that area there, what's supposed to be the roof, it has gaps, and so people outside, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, hello, hello, reporting to you from Medellin, Colombia. Soy colombiano, huh? We're having fun out here, clearly. So I'm out here for June, all of June, to get content. It's been a wild ride so far, but I was like, damn, I haven't done a live stream in a while. So we got to connect with the audience, yeah, connect with the boys. I don't know if anybody even watches these, but for anybody that does, got to show up, say hello, check in. Um, okay, let's see. Last time I did a live, I think it was like a month ago. The Peter series was rolling out. I remember that. So it's been a while. A lot of stuff has happened since then. So yeah, my friend Joseph invited me out here to Colombia to spend June with him, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Was gonna take an improv class, still plan on doing that when I get back home, but we'll see when that happens. Because I was like, dude, Colombia's calling my name. Let's go say what's up to the Colombianas. It's been a good time. It's been a culture shock, I'll say that. So I'm just gonna spitball. I don't have anything planned here except to just talk about the experience so far and what I have planned. So it's been a roller coaster. I arrived 4 days ago, so today's my fourth day. I can do math. Yeah, there we go. I can count. And all right, as soon as I landed, green everywhere. La verde, toda la ciudad verde. As you see, also I've been practicing the hell out of my Spanish. Not that many people speak English here, or at least not very well, and so that is posing a challenge. But also, I studied Spanish in high school, and it prepared me for this very moment. All right, shout out my high school Spanish teacher if you're still with us, legend. All right, you prepared me very well to be here in this moment. I'm trying to have my Spanish carry me. It's not. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Past tense, future tense. It's not the best, but it's enough to get by. Bastante, as you would say. By the way, if you're watching this for the first time, you're like, who's this guy? Don't worry about it. This is for the subscribers that follow along the channel that want to know what's up. Also, you probably noticed the comment section is open today. I put Q&A in case you guys are curious about Colombia or me and my haircut. I got a lot of comments about my haircut. Guys are calling it the George Washington cut. Kind of like it. Kind of like that name. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them. But if you don't, I'm good at talking to myself, so I'll just keep doing that. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. So we landed here. It was a Monday. Today's Thursday, and I got Airbnb'd from the airport to my friend Joseph's, not hostel, but like Airbnb. Check-in wasn't until 3. I got here at like 9 a.m. Did a couple of approaches in the airport that went pretty well. By the way, the point of this trip, just so you know, is just to get a bunch of fucking content. So you see, I got the GoPro with me. This has been my dog. I've been carrying it around. Look, you boys are getting behind the scenes now. You get to see the footage. Let's go. Someone said hi. All right, we're getting somewhere. Hello. Hola. So, been bringing the GoPro around with me. Yeah, so as soon as we landed, went to my friend's house, dropped off my luggage. We did a little walk. He was showing me around a bit. And then he had some calls to hop on, so I just started exploring myself. Brought the GoPro. This was pretty sick. Not typical, so I don't want you to get the wrong impression here with the skill of cold approach. But the first proper approach that I did, I went to this pretty touristy area of town. There was a girl sitting down at an outdoor cafe area for her lunch. So I was actually like talking to the GoPro as I walked past her, and then I waved at her. I got this all clipped, so this will be awesome for content. I waved at her, right? I was smiling at her. She waved back. And then like 30 seconds later, as I was still talking to the GoPro, I was like, I should go chat to her. Like, what am I doing? And so doubled back, got some of it clipped on camera. I don't think much. I'm slowly getting bolder with the GoPro. So like at first, I had trouble like really holding this up while I was chatting to somebody. I mean, go figure, it's pretty unnatural. So I'm getting better at like there's a few times yesterday I think where I literally like did the approach with the GoPro in my hand, and I thought that was pretty cool. It definitely changes the dynamic of the conversation. I'll say that because it's like we have a literal camera right there. But and then to be honest, a lot of people that have seen my content have already seen like the proper infield stuff where you can see cover to cover how I walk over, how I stop her, what I say. And I have breakdown videos on that. So I'm not really too worried about getting that part clipped. Really, out here, I just want to kind of show you what the lifestyle looks like as someone who has this skill set in their pocket. And I mean, that's a pretty good focus. I'll tell you about today as well, but just to do a quick tangent, someone said, I love you. Thank you. Mi corazón. Wow. But they put a period at the end. They said, I love you, period, which feels kind of sarcastic. I'm not going to lie. Why would you put a period there? It's all right. Mucho gusto. That's not, that means nice to meet you. I'm trying to say, anyways, we'll move on. So, yeah, I'll go over today. Today was crazy, just so you know. I found myself in like a bad part of town, navigated it quite well, got heckled a lot, but which I'll tell you about. But before that, I was going to talk about something else. We'll give it 3 seconds. Uno, dos, no recuerdo. I don't remember. We'll come back to that. We'll circle back. We're all around, by the way, because we're in a new country. And oh wait, it's coming back. It was something like you've seen. Oh, lifestyle footage, dude. I'm so good at that. Let's go. The loop. I think ADHD probably kind of works in my favor with these live streams because they're supposed to be like random and shit. But yeah, lifestyle footage. So the goal of this trip really is to show you what it looks like when you've got this skill in your pocket, because when you do, you can really use it however you want. And so personally, I'm an introverted guy. I really am. Even though I'm able to hold the camera up in public and chat to it, I don't like doing that. I feel uncomfortable doing that. Even though maybe I look calm, I'm not. Internally, I'm like, I'd rather just be watching YouTube shorts under my bed sheets right now. But I want to live life. So as an introverted guy, before learning the skill of cold approach, I wouldn't have been able to like fly to a new country, for instance, and just get acquainted with the city by speaking to people, which is still kind of hard for me to believe. Like, it's kind of cool that I can just navigate the city. Like every place I've been so far has been recommended to me by a local who I've spoken to, who I've initiated conversation with. It definitely helps out here. Don't get me wrong, that the people of Colombia, or at least of Medellin, are very friendly, very welcoming. I can't tell you how many times I've walked past a shop and people just yell "bienvenidos" at me, which means welcome, which is slightly heartbreaking because that means they clock me as a tourist immediately. I thought maybe I look a little bit Colombian, no? Like the hair, nothing? I guess not. I thought maybe I would integrate. My friend too, Joseph, was like, dude, I thought they would think you're Colombian, but like 10 minutes after we left his Airbnb on day one, some grandma passing us goes, gringos, gringos. And we're like, oh, damn, all right. We got clocked so quickly. So anyways, that was a tangent. So that sucks. Heartbreaking because I thought I could assimilate, but it's besides the point. Very welcoming people. And so they make it easy. They make my job easy of just trying to explore the city, get to know people, get to know places. So every place I've been has been recommended to me so far, whether that's a venue, restaurant, area of the city. Um, and so the good news too, I don't think I've closed this loop. The first approach that I did looks like we've got a date for Saturday where she's going to show me around the city. So I'm definitely bringing the GoPro there, hoping to get some footage there so you can just see what this looks like. But yeah, the point I was getting at, if there was ever one, is that you don't need to just see this as a one-dimensional skill of like men approach girl, get date. Like really broaden your viewport right now. That was a bar. Just like zoom out for a second and go like, what else can this skill bring into my life? And so for me personally, I had never left my home country of the United States before learning how to approach. And now I've been to a lot of fucking countries. To me, a lot. Some people, they're like, yeah, I do that in a year. To me, I'm like, yeah, more than I ever thought I would visit because it really broadened my horizons. I go, oh, if I can do this, what else can I do? Right? If all these people told me that it's impossible to get a date that way or you got to stick to dating apps and then I prove them wrong, in my own mind, right? I don't have to tell them that they're wrong. I just prove them wrong myself. Then what else have I been taught that isn't true? And so growing up, I was taught that certain areas are dangerous, poor, um, not worth going to. But now I'm just like, let me just go see for myself. This will tie in great for today, by the way. So I was like looking over my shoulder. I ended up in a bad part of town. All right, bad part of town. But we'll get to that. But yeah, I just wanted to see like what else can this skill bring me? Well, it allows me to travel, meet new people, right? Get a date lined up for the first weekend that I'm in a new country in a new city. And here's the good part too. In a language that I like kind of speak, and I'm walking around speaking as though I'm like 7 years old. That's my level of Spanish. I have the Spanish level of like a 7 year old. Siete. It's terrible though. Like it's not terrible, but like they understand me enough. But my talk track, right, in Spanish is like when my clients come to me, how they're speaking in English. It's all of my content that I put out about. All right, you got to do the threading, the carrying, tell stuff about yourself, add jokes, callback humor, all that shit out the window when I'm trying to flirt in Spanish. Because I barely know what I'm saying. And they speak to me, and I don't know what they're saying. I'm just nodding. I'm going, sí, sí, okay. Like, half my flirting out here is, sí, sí, okay. It's okay, bueno, bueno. Like, I don't even know what they're saying. Everybody speaks so fast. So I didn't, I'm not great at Spanish, but I can speak it decent. And then comprehension, yeah, I'm like 2 years old when it comes to comprehension. So like I'll try to grab onto a couple of words that they're saying and like piece it together into what I think they said. But like half the phrases coming out of my mouth is no entiendo, no entiendo. I don't understand. But like, why am I saying all this? Firstly, because I want you to understand that I'm a doofus, and even a doofus can get dates to approach. But secondly, is because look, all right, you can land in a new country, barely speak the language, and still be able to get results with a skill like this, which is just crazy to me. And then just looking past the dates themselves, it's like the reason why I wanted to set up a date where she shows me around is because I kind of wanted to. This would be the first time where I got to see a city. Maybe not the first time. No, I think this happened in Cyprus too, and in Serbia too. Okay, this will be another time where I get to see a brand new city through the eyes of a local. And I think that's like a really cool way to do it because, and also not just like a platonic through the city. Also, I'll have the GoPro. Hopefully, I'll be able to get us flirting a bit back and forth. So it's like a date through the city as from a local through their eyes for me. ¿Me entiendes? So that's fucking cool in my opinion, because I used to like for instance, I was in Lisbon with my family, um, September of last year, and it was really cool because we went on this tuk tuk tour. If you're from Europe or live in Europe, you probably have seen these. They're these little mini carriage type things. You get in the back, and they whip you around the city, and they show you all the different monuments and stuff. That was sick. But now imagine like you get to do that, but with a date. To me, that's even cooler. Now we don't get a tuk tuk unless she pulls up on her motorcycle, which would blow my mind. But we'll probably do it on foot. But still, it's like, oh, sick! I get to see Medellin. Hopefully, my organs don't get harvested. We'll find out. If you don't hear from me, you'll know. But no, other than that, it's been a good time. Bunch of approaches I've done. Lots of closes, lots of blowouts, exactly as expected. Yeah, plenty of times where I go up, they're not interested. Getting them to stop isn't the most difficult out here. Like if you compare this side by side with London, okay, well yeah, London is a lot more difficult in my opinion. The city is just more fast paced, and people seem to be in a rush on their way somewhere, which is why I'm glad I filmed my content in London. It's kind of like New York City in a way. Um, and I don't know if there's any other city really that compares that I know of, but um, as far as this city, things are more slow paced. People are not in as much of a rush, but the language barrier kind of neutralizes it for me because they can tell I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. So half the time I'm going, hablas inglés, hablas inglés. They go, no. I go, no, come on, come on. You look amazing. I'm trying my best to like do my approach. And yeah, most of the time it's been well received. I haven't gotten really any bad reactions. The worst reaction would be the girl just doesn't really stop and keeps walking, which is expected, right? You turn around, you smile, and you go, life goes on. Let's go again. Oh, she's cute over there. And you go over again. Okay. Let us here. Let's go up to the some of the comments here. Dude, so far no trolls. Let's go. This is I might have just jinxed myself, but I think it's the first live I've done in a while with comments on with zero trolls in the comment section. What up? Let's go. We're reaching the target audience. Let's go. Okay. All right. Hello, you in Spanish. Okay. Maybe they're trolling. Damn. I think he's trolling. All right. Anyway, somebody said find. I think I'm getting trolled. All right. Somebody says, what happened to the paid community? I miss when we can talk to you and chat. Ah, yes. Good question. I shut it down because it just wasn't really worth my time. So really the only clients that get to speak to me directly are the ones that get in-person coaching from me or virtual coaching from me. You can apply for that if you'd like. If you do want to learn the skill set directly from me, the link is in the description of all my videos and the pinned comment. But yeah, it's for $99 a month. It just wasn't even worth my time to open that and answer questions and shit. So I just shut it down. So yeah, no need for the paid community. Wait, what happened to the paid community? Okay, but if you're asking that, I don't think you were in the paid community. Maybe you were. I don't think you even were in the paid community. Maybe you meant the free community. Did you mean the free community? Are you getting free and paid mixed up? You sound like me in Spanish. What happened to the? All right, well, yeah, that's gone because the free community's gone because I'm not giving away my time for free anymore. I've got people paying me for it. It wouldn't be fair to them, right? So all my focus is going into content or the clients who are paying me for the skill of cold approach and just like social skills in general. I'm realizing it branches out a bit further than I once thought because I'm not just solving the pain points of like, this is how to approach the girl, this is how to flirt, but it's also like, it's widening a lot, I'm noticing, to like, all right, now let's go get you socializing in general. All right, this and that. So, but yeah, that is that. And then he says, is it diverse out there like London? No, no, it's not. Not at all. London was awesome for that because it was like you can see somebody from everywhere in London in like one train station. You could see like a person from like every corner of the world. But out here, I'd say I'm one of them. Honestly, yeah, I'm one of the most unique looking people that I've seen out here. Although I don't look too far off as far as like skin tone, curly hair, but like like middle part, my Nike socks, my Nike what do you call them? Ankle, half ankle, mid ankle socks. Nobody's rocking those out here. Um, yeah, the backwards hat I don't see too much of, but yeah. And then I met some German girls also on I think my first day here. So they probably were like the most unique looking people out here. Not much diversity. There's a look to them, which is awesome. To Colombian people, they look really good. I'll say that, but not very diverse. Skin colors range. I will say that. Like you can get people that are pretty light and people that are pretty dark, but they all are clearly Colombian, which is cool. Okay. What made me pick the country that I'm in? Just because my friend invited me. He was already coming out here, and yeah, I wanted a change of scenery. I've been back in San Francisco editing for the last few months now, which is great. It's nice to have a break and just get to editing. But yeah, as you see, I pumped out the Gary series. I can speak. I pumped out the Gary series. I pumped out the Peter series. That was a lot of work and some videos in between, some infields of my own in London. And so I'm ready to just get back to content creation now. This is like one of the most fun parts of what I do is documenting. Okay, well, let's get back into scene, all right? Come back, jump back into scene with me. Oh, we got an are the girls more open out there than London? I don't know. It's been 4 days. I don't know if I'm ready to say yes or no yet, but people are friendly. People are friendly. I'll just say that. Like people by and large very welcoming to a foreigner, very friendly people. But also when I was in London, people were extremely friendly as well. So yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, if you said New York and here, then my answer would be yes. But London, people were really open and friendly. I think people are just more like in a rush in a big city with a 10 million metro population like London, right? So it makes sense. Um, So yeah, all right, let's get back. Let me tell you about today. Today was nuts. So firstly, did a handful of approaches throughout the day. My routine so far has been wake up, go to the gym. Been quick detour. Been hitting leg days recently. Who am I? Yeah, for those of you who've been watching the channel since conception or since it started, you know that I do not hit leg days, man. I've had chicken legs for the last 10 years of my life, the last 26 years of my life, more realistically. But yeah, I've been hitting leg days recently. One of my clients in the group, he goes, "You should try this exercise." Because I kept injuring my back when I was doing back squats and stuff. So he's like, "You should try single leg lunges," and I've been doing that. Quads are looking nice. All right, that's irrelevant. But anyways, I've been going to the gym. All right, in the morning. I've been finding a local restaurant dirt cheap. I'll say that. That's I'm very grateful that my money stretches a long way while I'm out here. Making sure to tip well. It's crazy though. A good tip here is like the meal itself will cost like $5. So you tip $3. It's over 50% tip. It's nuts, but it's awesome for me at least. Food's delicious, and then I'll just go start sightseeing and shit. So I'll just go to. I've been picking a new area of the city every day, and then I'll either take an Uber if it's super far. Or today, even I just walked for like 2 hours to this area that I've never been. I just found it on the map, and I was like, let me just walk that way. And then on the way, I got some more recommendations from locals. Ended up in this weird market area. Definitely passed through some what I think are called barrios. Felt a little odd because I keep getting heckled at these places, but I don't know if it's heckling because I don't understand them. They're speaking too fast, so I don't know if they're saying like, "Hey, awesome guy over there, what up?" Or they might be saying like, "Oh, fucking foreigner, get out of here." I have no idea. They don't seem to be saying it in like with bad intentions though. They seem to be pretty friendly, but yeah, I found myself in this interesting area. They were selling live chickens. They were selling printers, sewing kits, toilet seats, and then there's like this huge market. I wish I got footage. I was kind of scared to bring the GoPro out. Indoor market, and there was just like Nike shoes, Adidas shoes, all wrapped in plastic, just floor to ceiling, everywhere. And I was like, what's like how did they get all these and how are they selling them for $20 a pair, right? These shoes that are going for like 90 retail. I don't even want to like I'm so curious how they got these shoes, but I didn't ask questions. Every place was trying to get me to come into their shop to buy their shoes. I'm just doing the like the very foreigner thing. I'm just going, hola, oh, está bien. Just giving them the nod. Just go, no gracias, no gracias. And just trying to like keep my head down, get out of there, navigate there safely. And then I wanted to bring the GoPro, but I thought like this would be a terrible place to go. Right? Like I would hate to die in this market. You know, what if they all started just like pummeling me? We're not even outside. The police can't even see me right now. I don't know. Maybe it would be like sketchy, you know, because I doubt that those shoes are supposed to be there. We're moving on. Anyways, continued walking. That was like an hour into my walk. Then I continued walking across. That was after I'd crossed like this river. By the way, I'm approaching along the way, just so you know. There wasn't many approaches, not so many opportunities, but still did some. Couple. I think I got one closed today out of I think 6 or 7 approaches. Don't do the meme. So kept walking. Really good conversation. I told my clients this. We got a group called Pull Party. So I told Pull Party this. There's a girl who hopped off a motorcycle and then crossed the street towards me. She was striking, and I go, that might be her boyfriend right there. So I just waited, and as she was crossing towards me, the guy just drove off, and so I was like, you know what? Maybe that was like a Uber, like maybe one of those like Uber motorcycles. I don't know if they have that, but I'm like, that's another thing about Colombia, or at least Medellin. Motorcycles are everywhere. It's like more motorcycles than cars. Never seen this before, and they're sick too. They're like, I'm not a motorcycle guy. They look cool as shit. And there's like girls and guys all riding through, weaving through traffic, wearing the cool motorcycle helmets. But yeah, this guy drove off. She crossed towards me. I go, this must be a sign. I got to say something. So as she was crossing, got her attention. We had a good chat. It was like 7 minutes. The crazy crossover here was that I said I'd lived. She said she's from Spain. I go, no way. I lived in Alicante for a couple months. And then she goes, I'm from Alicante. Look up population of Alicante. It's like 200K, 300K, something like that. So that's kind of wild, right? Found her in Medellin. So that was cool. We chatted for a while. She spoke English, thankfully. And but then yeah, when I told her I want to take her out, she goes, "Oh, I have a boyfriend." It's like, oh, it is what it is. So yeah, not the most fruitful day as far as results. Last 3 days have been quite good though. Yesterday I got blown out back to back though. There's like a mid stretch. I love documenting this by the way because I could just as easily keep this shit to myself and go, yeah, so I got a date on Saturday. But I really want you to know what the reality of this looks like, which is it's not all rainbows. Even me, the guy who teaches this, I get rejected all the time. Whether it be the girl not even stopping for me, which doesn't happen as often, but it does happen. And it has happened out here. But also, the girl just not being interested, already taken. Some girls here have just flat out said no. Like there's been times where like 5 minutes into the combo, I've run out of everything I can even think of in Spanish, and I go, okay, otra vez. I'll just say it in English. Another time I want to take you out for drinks or coffee. And some of the girls are just going, no, no, or I can't. And I'm like, okay, have a nice day. And I walk away like, damn, that was tough. But it is what it is. Like this is how it goes. I'm not teaching my clients how to be universally attractive. I'm not teaching my clients how to make every girl say yes as though they're like magicians casting a spell. I'm teaching them how to walk towards their fear and how to feel that resistance in their body and go, I'm just going to give myself a chance anyways. Who knows? She might like me. I like her so far. She might like me. Let's just go give it a shot. And sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. And then obviously how to optimize that whole process so that when it should go your way or when it could go your way, it does because you know what you're doing. That's a big portion of this as well. Because if you're walking over with a straight face going, excuse me, you look amazing. All right, well, yeah, you're probably not getting no dates. Doesn't matter how many approaches you do. Could you imagine? Imagine you watch my London infields. I'm going, excuse me, I'm from the United States. Stop right there. Stop right now. I bet some guys are approaching like that. Stop right there. You look so good. Stop right there. I need to come and flirt with you right now. I can't even keep this straight. All right. That just little tip, just smile. That'll change everything. Just put a smile on your face, even if it's forced. Put the smile there. Okay. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to like the meat of this. So here, let's see what else we got. We got oh awesome, let's go. So he says, you inspired me to take my social life fitness more serious. Hats off to you. Cold approach isn't easy to do. That rhymed. You might be a rapper. You're welcome. That's awesome. That's fucking sick. I'm glad that I inspired you. I I've been saying this since the beginning of my channel. I don't think that I'm anybody special, just somebody who picked up his nuts and did something that scared him a bunch of times. And so you're kind of just seeing like the progression of what that looks like. If you go watch my oldest videos, even back then I was able to get dates, but I didn't sound nearly as sure of myself. And even now, I listen back to my footage from London and I go, that didn't sound that good. Even here, I go, damn, I don't sound, my Spanish needs some work. Like, it's always a work in progress, man. So, yeah, I thank you for saying that. And that's awesome. Yeah, keep working at it. Okay, so let's get back to the fucking. I really want to tell this story. So, as I was walking, I decided I had this idea, right? I was like, I want to just do an uncut video right now talking about the spotlight effect and me being an introvert just doing extroverted shit, right? So take out the GoPro, I mic myself up. I did the proper mic, made sure the audio was crisp. Dude, I haven't even checked it. What if I check it and it didn't even capture the audio? Let's just take a moment to think about how sad that would be because that was a sick video. We're just gonna assume it did. And I pulled out the GoPro, mic'd myself up, and this is like the most exposed I felt on the trip so far. So let me tell you about this. I think I forget what the first thing I said was, but as soon as I start talking to the camera, this happens every time I pull out the GoPro, by the way. Necks are breaking. Everybody's looking. Yeah, everybody in the vicinity. I imagine it's because I'm speaking in English. Nobody fucking speaks English out here. At least not to each other. And so as soon as I start speaking English, everybody's looking, right? So I'm already feeling the pressure there. We're 3 seconds into the video. I'm going, oh, all right, there's the spotlight. So I'm talking about the spotlight effects, right? I'm like, all right, so I grew up an introvert. Still consider myself an introvert, even though you see me, I'm doing some extroverted shit right now. I don't like it. I wish I wasn't, but this is just what I do. This is the path I've chosen, right? I want to get uncomfortable. I want to grow through it. I want to make myself into a social weapon. So yeah, I'm just talking about this stuff. I'm talking about my upbringing and how I was pretty isolated early on. I was playing Black Ops a lot. I was talking about GTA. I was like, 2K, anybody play 2K? And as I'm doing this, right, literally everywhere I look, I'm looking over my shoulder every 5 seconds because you'll hear this in a bit, but I end up in a pretty dicey area of Medellin. And I'm like just making sure I'm all good, but everybody's looking wherever I'm going, right? Necks are breaking. I'm going, oh my God, I'm saying hello, I'm saying what's up. You know, as I'm talking to camera, right? People are trying to get in the frame and saying hi, and I'm pointing the camera at them. And so it's like a very extroverted activity. But it's crazy because the concept of the video is like, I'm an introvert and I don't like these activities. But the reason why I was filming that video is to show you that I can handle it. Not that I like it, not that I seek it out, although I'm kind of crazy. I do seek it out, but it's just my line of work. You know, I teach guys how to get over their fear. So I got to keep doing it for myself. But the reason I show it and document it this way is to show you like you don't have to use that title as your excuse to never excel in your social life. Because that's what I used to do, and that's what a lot of my clients did before reaching out to me. And that's probably what a lot of guys are doing right now. Is they're this is why I say introvert in my mission statement, right? When I say I want to work with busy professionals, introverted guys, analytical guys, it's because that's it's because I identify. Oh, let's go 2026. It's because I identify as that archetype. Yeah, an introverted guy. I don't like the spotlight. I really don't. I can just handle the spotlight, and not in every situation. Yeah, you tell me to stand up on a stage and crack jokes to an audience, I would freeze up. I'd probably start crying, and I'd probably shit my pants. I'd like, who? How did I end up here? Who gave me this mic? I don't want to be here. I'll just start calling my parents. Help me, right? Not in every situation. Bars, same way. Bars and clubs. I'm not the guy in those environments. But what I try to demonstrate is like there is like I have developed myself to the point where I can do something that would have scared the piss out of me just 3, 4 years ago, which is I can hold a fucking camera, right? And I had it fully extended like a dildo, like a gigantic. Anyways, I had it fully extended just like this, pointing at me as I'm walking through the streets, right? Above shoulder length. None of this little hip length shit. I'm going all the way up here, right? I'm going like this. And I'm speaking loudly so that the mic can pick up, um, even though there's like a lot of street noise, right? Chaos, people talking. So, yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate like, wow, you, oh yeah, there was a point here, which is cold approach is why I'm able to do something like this. Learning the skill of cold approach, I went to the extreme end of the spectrum, which is flirting in public when everybody can see me, hear me, judge me, see me get rejected all the time. It happens all the time. I went to that end of the spectrum, not necessarily knowing that this would happen, but kind of like in the back of my head, I knew that like there was a version of Ephraim out there that would be able to do just very crazy shit like I've just done today. And so as I'm walking through the streets, right, I'm just getting not just looks. I'm getting heckled. I'm getting people shouting at me. I'm getting people trying to get in frame, right? Thankfully, nobody like messed with me. And then out of nowhere, it's like 12, I think probably 10 minutes into me filming. Out of nowhere, I find myself in so far the worst part of town that I've been in. It's my fourth day. I don't know if this was the worst part of town, but I think this was like a prostitution area. And so those are infamous for being bad parts of town, right? So remember, this is 2 hours from where I'm living, where I'm at right now. I walked all this way, and just in the last 10 minutes, I decided to pull out the GoPro and start filming. And I find myself in this area. And so at first, I didn't know that I was in this like bad area, right? All of a sudden, I'm seeing girls in real short dresses and shit. And I'm looking around, right? Because most of my focus is going into what I'm saying. I'm trying to deliver a message of like, I'm uncomfortable right now, but I'm still doing it. Here we are. And then all of a sudden, like I'm getting screams, right, from girls. They're starting to yell at me. And so at first my ego's blowing up. I'm going, oh shit, am I just a man right now? And am I just getting like catcalled? Let's fucking go. I wasn't. I quickly got humbled because I realized that's when the dots started to connect that these weren't just cute girls heckling me. These were girls that were working, if you know what I mean, on the clock. And they weren't calling me handsome. They were saying, stop filming. but I had no idea. Cause my Spanish is fucking ass. All right, I had no idea. And so, I'm smiling. I'm doing the nods. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, whatever. I don't know what you're saying, but thank you. And then all of a sudden, I'm looking at their facial expressions. They're not smiling at me, right? They're going, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, whatever they're doing. And I'm going, uh-oh. And so I start talking to the camera. I'm like, all right, I think I'm in. Like you'll probably visibly see me getting nervous. I'm going, I think I'm in like probably like the not best part of town right now. I can't really tell, but you know what? We're gonna go on with the video anyways because we love discomfort. I was probably 3 minutes away from getting shanked right now. I might be exaggerating, but I honestly don't know. And so as I'm walking, I just take a right because I'm like, okay, let me just get out of this square. It was like this big open square. There's just a bunch of girls that I think were on the clock. And so I go, all right, let me get out of this square. Maybe I'll just be able to continue the video and they won't be in the shot, so they won't be tripping. Right? And then I turn the corner. It's even busier, but it's like there's like street vendors, people selling stuff. I'm like, okay, I think we're safe now. I'm trying to like get my mojo back, right? I'm like visibly shook, but I'm still uncut recording this. So I start saying hi to some of the vendors and stuff. They're not really saying hi back like I'm used to. And then all of a sudden, this like somewhat disheveled looking guy, you'll see him in the clip. I'm sure I got some of him. Comes up to me, walks up to me, taps him on the shoulder. Already, oh, what did I do? Right? He's just saying something very fast to me in Spanish. I don't understand it. So I just go, no entiendo. He says it again. I go, okay, no entiendo, but I'm going to stop. I say, yo parado. I don't think that's even how you say it, but he got it. He goes, sí, parado, parado. Stop, stop, right? And so I go, okay, I put the camera away real quick. And then I walk probably like 3 minutes until I'm out of the area. And then I bring the camera back and I go, damn it, I wanted that to be uncut, but it's all right. We avoided a fatality. It's okay. And then I just wrap up the video. So what a fucking crazy day, though, right? It's like, remember, zoom out, distill down the message here. Introverted guy. 23 years of my life was spent, all of my high school, I was riding on the clout that I got from being on the football team. No social ability at all. Showed up to my first handful of parties just stoned and completely scared, just in the corner looking at people. People would come and try to socialize with me. I'd be like, ha ha ha. And I'd just go back to not doing shit. This is the same guy that was out in fucking outskirts of Medellin, wherever I was, just holding up a camera and chatting to it, just weaving through people, navigating through the world on my own. How do we get from there to here? Approach. Yeah, this isn't the only way to do it. This was just my route. I just figured, well, I want to get better at chatting to girls because I'm shit at it right now. That's what I was thinking when I was 23. I went, yeah, like when I know a girl, right? When we've been seeing each other, when we're friends, for example, I'm actually pretty good at speaking and socializing. It's when we're strangers and we're in public specifically, that's when I seize up. That was my whole that's my channel, right? You see me demonstrating this in public now. That's what I say on every video. I used to freeze up. I used to seize up. I used to see an opportunity and I would look the other way. I'd pretend I didn't see it. Or when I thought about saying something, my body would just start shaking and I would go, let me not do that. But that's the thing. Same guy, right? Same like laid back, chill personality, same nose ring, same look to me, same overall vibe. So it's like all along, over all of the dates and experiences that I've had through Cold Approach, this could have been my reality for a much larger portion of my life. I just didn't know that, right? I was just so scared. I was just like, well, I guess I'll use Tinder now. So to go from that guy to now just like my friend goes, so I'll be in Colombia for a month. Want to come? And that was like 2 weeks before now. And I go, yeah, sure, I'll come. I'll bring all my camera equipment. I'll be filming shit uncut in the streets. I'll be going up the street. It's like, what a difference, what a drastic difference. And, some of the clients have had similar experiences. Obviously, the Henry series hasn't rolled out yet, but some of you who are familiar with the content, you may have seen posts I did months ago back in January, February. I coached Henry in New York City, a Chinese guy from Shanghai. Moved here, software engineer, very introverted guy, got out of a long-term relationship, 27, I want to say, when I coached him. And that's exactly what he's going through right now, which is introverted, reached out to me, put him through the Cold Approach gauntlet, been working with him ever since virtually. And obviously during the immersion itself, hopefully you caught some of those live streams. The guy's first ever approach turned into a date that he went on. So you'll get to see all of the fucking footage and the text threads and shit whenever I edit that series up. But beyond the dates, because the dates are great, that's awesome, he's having his fun. But beyond the dates, now the guy signed up for dance classes. Now he's moved to a new city. Now he's found friends through that dance class. He's attending like these what do you call it, where everybody goes out for drinks afterwards, like happy hours, I don't know, with the dance friends. He's found friends within that circle that have taken him out to raves where he's hooked up with girls, and he's also approaching with those friends. What a fucking storyline, right? The same guy who reached out to me right after a long-term relationship was worried, thinking he's gonna have to hop on apps now, and find his girlfriend that way, and maybe he would have, but like the problem in my eyes is that you have to rely on that. That's really what I didn't like. I talked about that in my video that I recorded today. It's not that you can't find really quality girls on dating apps. You genuinely can. I found some. It's that I hated that I had to rely on that. I hated that like I had to wait until that happened for me. Right? It was like by default, I knew like, all right, it's gonna be 3-4 months of swiping minimum before I match with a girl who isn't fat, is very attractive, also messages me back, also actually comes out on a date. Like that's how few and far between it was. It was like every time I stopped having, got out of a relationship, I thought, fuck, all right, I got probably about 3 months until I find a girl who I actually like. Let's get to swiping. All right, Tinder gold, here we go. Like that's the part I hated, was being dependent on the algorithm. And so, yeah, this is just very freeing for myself and for some of my clients as well. So, anyways, that was my story time. Hopefully you enjoyed. Apologize, I know I have to speak a bit quieter. I think my voice is definitely carrying through the house, so hopefully they enjoyed hearing me talk about cold approach in Colombia. Let's see what else we got. Someone says hello, and then someone says LMAO. Okay, awesome. All right. We got a very engaged crowd today. Let's go. We got a bunch of hellos. We got a couple of guys saying find. Yeah, that one was funny to me. Somebody literally just commented find. Let's go. Okay. Anyways, drop it a like if you enjoyed. I'd appreciate that. I don't think these live streams ever really get pushed out that much, but who knows? It might. And that's about all I had to talk about. We've been going for 45 minutes or so. Oh yeah, just general updates then. I'll be in Europe next month. So I'll be coaching a guy out in London. And then I'll be coaching somebody in Warsaw. Wow, how full circle is that? I'm actually so excited for both. I get to return to London and yeah, coach somebody up, ideally get some more London footage there for myself, get some more infields for myself recorded, and then jet out to Warsaw, back to the motherland, where Ephraim learned how to approach. That'll be so full circle, dude. That'll be crazy. I'll be at that same statue where I met Christian at. I'll be like, wow, it's like the roles are reversed now. This is great. That's pretty funny. Like some Darth Vader shit. That'll be awesome. And then I plan on meeting up with Christian and some of the other guys in September. So a portion of that's going to be blocked off. So all this to say, if you are following the content, if you want to learn how to do what I'm doing on camera, just to clarify, I'm not teaching you how to always win. I'm not teaching you how to make every girl fall in love with you. Impossible. I'm teaching you how to attempt. When you feel that fear and you see somebody you're attracted to, how to stifle that, yeah, how to force that down and go, let's just go give myself a chance anyways. And everything that comes along with that, because there are a lot of lessons, a lot of techniques that I'll be giving you throughout that whole process. So if you want me to teach you how to do that, which is exactly what I do on my videos, uncut, you see obviously like the most recent video that dropped, right? How I got a date in 5 minutes. That is the result of exactly what I'm talking about. Not just every single approach goes like that, but being able to continue on until you find somebody that is just as interested in you, right? Mutual interest. And that can be throughout a session, that can be just ad hoc as you're going throughout your day, walking to the gym, however you like to do it, however you want to use it. That could be flying to a new country, going and documenting with a GoPro, and then going, oh shit, she's cute, and then walking over like that. Yeah, it really opens up so many doors. That's what I mean, is like, before, if I would have taken a trip like this, first thing, guess what the first app I would have downloaded would have been? You can probably guess, right? I would have downloaded all the dating apps, would have been like, oh, let's see who's messing with me in Colombia. But I don't have to do that anymore. Yeah, now it's like, let's go see if I can meet people in real life. That's the way I prefer to do it anyways. And yeah, that's the way I think most guys want to do it. Especially if you're like anywhere around my stats, right? Average height, average weight, average guy. Yeah, it's like, yeah, maybe if you're 6'8", NBA genetics, yeah, just hop on a dating app. You don't need cold approach. You're good, right? But otherwise, yeah, if you're anything like me or my clients, we're just regular dudes. We want regular dating lives, and there's no reason why we should have to rely on an algorithm for that. So if you are in London, so I'm blocked off from now until September-ish. Wait, no, now until August. September is where I'm meeting up with Christian and the guys in the entourage, but August is still open. So I'll be in Europe in August likely. So if you want coaching in Europe, August will probably be the best dates. I just say reach out now so that we can start planning this because I like to book my flights ahead of time, etc. And then obviously, um, just know what the calendar looks like so I can let other clients know. If you're in London, I might have an opening at some point early July when I'm there. Obviously, I'll be doing coaching, but there may be like I may be able to work something out where I can also coach you up before or after the coaching that I'm doing in London. So reach out if you're in London. I'll be there for 2 weeks ish, maybe 3 weeks. So this is your window if you're looking for coaching from me. If you live in the UK area, and then obviously if you live in Poland or generally speaking Eastern Europe, then reach out as well because I'll be there. I don't know for how long. I might spend like a week or two there, and then obviously if somebody reaches out for coaching there, then maybe I'll extend the trip. Otherwise, U.S. clients probably looking at some time after September. Maybe, yeah, I don't even know. We'll have to figure that out. So, yeah. Anyways, reach out if you would like my help. He says, "What about Indian guys in London?" Yeah, book a call, brother. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. You see, I coached my boy Peter up in Toronto. Let's do it in London. Come on, book the call, man. I don't care. I don't care about your ethnicity. Don't even mention that. Next time, just say, "What about London, bro?" Who cares? Doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. It's all self-limiting beliefs, man. Hopefully you saw, if you didn't see the Peter series, go and watch that shit. Go and watch it. Start at the first video. Watch all five, please. All right. It's like what now? Now what do we have to say about ethnicity? Yeah. All right. And someone says, definitely suffer a lot with the whole spotlight effect, trying to feel more comfortable approaching groups, making friends with new people. Yeah, it's a very real thing. And the only way over it is through it, in my experience. I mean, that's the way I did it, at least. Somebody might have some like meditating technique where you just think about talking to a lot of people, and then all of a sudden, like you're not scared of it anymore. But I just said, fuck all that. I just decided, let me just go up to them. Obviously, I was coached to this, so don't think I did this on my own, right? My boy Christian, Warsaw 2023, he helped me out. So yeah, if you'd like help through it, I got you. Otherwise, I have a few videos related to the spotlight effect already on my channel. This will be a good one. But it is funny when you think about it because it's like the difference is really just you doing it or not doing it. Is this too like is this too meta right now? What time is it? It's at 10:30 p.m. Are we getting into these kinds of concepts? Like really think about it though. The difference between the video I recorded today and it never existing was literally me just clicking record and just starting to talk. That was the difference. Now obviously there's like, you know, a prior version of me would have been super anxious and scared and like I would have probably frozen up and choked on my words as I was walking. Yeah. But like that really is the difference between like everything I've done that's related to this channel and cold approach. That is the difference. When I was first learning the skill, the difference between me getting to this point and having a completely different life trajectory and just still being scared and stuck on Hinge and Bumble and shit was me actually walking over, me pulling the trigger, paying for coaching, and then just walking over and going, "Hi, I'm Ephraim. I'm scared. Here I am. You look good. Hi." And as shitty as that was in the first 100, however many, and then even when I got home and I bought Meta Ray-Bans and started doing those videos, sort filter by oldest on my channel, you'll see what I'm talking about. Went to Cyprus, those were terrible, but I still was able to get some dates out there, and that shit was so fun. And the approaches were so bad. Like that's the thing. Don't compare where you are to the shit that I'm doing. Right? You don't need to buy a GoPro, fly to Colombia, and do uncut or uncut videos in the dodgiest part of town. You don't need to do any of that. Where I was in Cyprus, like I can't even bring myself to watch those videos anymore. And it's crazy because the guy who most recently booked for coaching, he goes, "I'm so glad that you had that Cyprus series. Like I loved what," and I was like, maybe he's talking about Warsaw, but the point is like, it was very cringe for me to think like, wow, this guy found value in what I think was just terrible approaching, but it was good enough. That's the key. Yeah, so you don't need to be amazing. You just need to have like this much courage. Yeah, you don't need to be able to do all the shit that I'm doing on camera in London in my infields. That's just overkill, right? You just need to be able to walk over, deliver yourself, and there are definitely some things to work on for each individual person. Depends on where your self-image lies when we start. All right, some guys. I mean, Gary's the fucking perfect example, right? Some guys they think, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm 5'8". This will never work for me." Then a 5'4" guy comes through the door and he goes, "All right, let's get to work. Yeah, I like her." And it's like it really all depends on where your self image lies. And if in case you're wondering about Gary, the guy's he's having a time right now. I'm sure we'll get an update soon on the channel. We've been looking to get an interview going, but yeah, the guy's he's doing his thing, man. He's got a girlfriend out there in Toronto and 5'4". What do you know? Yeah, so it all depends on where your starting point is. I don't really know how I got to this topic. This tends to happen, but yeah, it's like wherever your self image really lies, that determines how quickly you're able to get results, and then obviously how willing you are to take a lot of action and just keep repping it out and getting better, and how open you are to feedback. So, like somebody asked a question above, which I just ignored. Right? He goes, how long does it take to get good at game? Right? So probably the guy's clicked off by now. I ignored his question, but I ignored it for a reason, which is it's just not a good question. There's just too many factors in like, firstly, this concept of game. What are we talking about? How long does it take to get good at socializing with people? I don't have an answer for you. I mean, what do you think about yourself? What is the first thought that pops into your head when you wake up in the morning? As you walk around and look at people, when they're looking you in the eye, what is your immediate thought? Do you think they're judging you, or do you think they think that you're cool? Like, there's too many factors here, right? But a lot of this just has to do with like how you view yourself. Because a person that is abnormally short can view themselves as fucking up here, and so they get up here results in a very short amount of time. It has nothing to do with. I mean, okay, yeah, sure. If I was 7'1", if I was Chet Holmgren height. Anybody know that reference, by the way? NBA fans? All right, we're not going to go on an NBA tangent here. But yeah, sure. Maybe if I was 6'5", yeah, I'd be getting even better results. But like when we're looking just at controllables, it doesn't really matter aside from how you feel about yourself, how you're able to deliver yourself, and then how you're able to improve yourself as well. All right, we're fucking yapping now, boys. What else we got? Anything else? Yeah, there we go. Somebody finally called me out. My boy goes, "What the heck is he talking about?" I love he used the word heck. You can cuss here. It's all right. It's a safe space. All right. We're not monetized on this side. You can cuss. You can cuss. Come on, let me have it. All right. Somebody says, "I'm in something 5'6". That's the problem. But Muskie now he's giving me stats. All right. We're not off to a good start, mate. I don't care. How do you feel about yourself? I don't care. Um, yeah, I don't care about your muscularity or your height. How, when what do you think about yourself? Do you think you're a piece of shit, or do you think like, yeah, these women are gonna love me? I just need to learn how to walk over and say what's up. If that's you, if you're the second version, book a call. All right, if you're the first version, you probably still have some work to do with just your self image. So honestly, just read some books, I guess. Um, yeah, I've never really had a self. I've never really had a big self image problem. Like I've been scared of. Yeah, no, I used to think, oh, I'm too short. I'm not handsome enough. I used to have these things in high school, but like never like a huge. It wasn't how can I put this? It wasn't like the bulk of my life, right? Because when I turned 18, I immediately just started leveling up, got odd jobs, worked my ass off, got some money in the bank, found a decent look to me, started getting better responses, learned cold approach. So like I sorted it pretty quick. so I never really had like an extended time where my self-image was low. So if you, the person commenting, if you're somebody who just like for the last 10 years have been looking in the mirror and going, I hate myself, I'm not cool, these girls shouldn't like me, then I can't help you. I can't help you. I direct my content toward guys who go, oh yeah, I look pretty good. Oh yeah, I think I can socialize pretty well. Yeah, my career's going well, but I'm still single and I hate Tinder. Oh, here's Ephraim. Let me book a like that's the archetype. And the guy that I've just described, he doesn't have a height. Right? He doesn't have a specific height because I got clients from 5'4" to literally 6'6". My first ever client, right? The guy that I just described, he doesn't have an ethnicity because I've got clients on all ends of the spectrum from all around the world, all skin colors. The guy that I described has a mentality, and that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm distilling down in my content. So, like, if you are even questioning what I'm saying, then you're not the target audience. And hopefully you can still pull value from what I'm talking about. But we wouldn't be a good fit to work together because I can't help a guy who thinks, yeah, but I'm not tall enough and I don't have enough muscle and also I these why would these women like me? I can't help that person. I can help the person who goes, I wish I was taller, but this is all I got, so let's work with it. I wish I looked even better, but yeah, I think I look good enough. And I wish I was more muscular, but I'm in the gym. I'm working towards it. What like, yeah, sure. They know that they're not. They're what's the word for like evolving Pokemon? Damn, we're getting nerdy. I don't even fucking like. I was never into Pokemon. The point is that guy's able to like look at himself and objectively just go, yeah, I mean, I'm not like the best I'll ever be, but I'm good enough. So let's just fucking figure this out. So I could stop swiping on apps. So I can stop getting pissed in the nightclubs and and having it lead nowhere. So I could stop getting rinsed at the nightclubs, buying rounds of shots for girls who just throw them back and then run away. Hasn't everybody gone through that? Doesn't that suck? Well, hey, you don't have to do that. You can just approach or get the other benefits of approach and then go back to the nightclub and try your luck that way. Whatever. Okay. No way. Let's go. Somebody made a basketball joke. This is lit, dude. What's going on in this live stream? I prefer it this way. Honestly, we don't have to just talk about approach. But we're definitely not talking about the finals. But I did watch the highlights yesterday, and yeah, it was lit. So, anyways, I think we're all good to go, man. I got nothing much else to say. My computer's frozen. So funny. I just pulled up a blank white screen so I can get more exposure. Look right here. Watch what happens when I close the screen. You're telling me that wasn't a good move? Look at that. I'm glowing now. See what I'm saying? That was a great move. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I'll just give you another update when it comes or when I want to talk about something else. But yeah, unless we got anything else in the chat, then I'm just gonna sign off right there. And yeah, give it 4 seconds here. I'll look into your soul for 4 seconds. You got 4 seconds. Speak now, or we're going offline. No, no. Why would you comment, dude? There's supposed to be a dramatic ending. All right, the answer to your question is no. I don't. I suck at that. I'm terrible when I go to clubs and bars. Nothing happens. Usually, nothing happens. I'm pretty bad at it. So usually, I just take dates to bars. Oh my God, we got more. We got more comments, boys. Stop it. I feel like a fucking celeb right now. Let's go. 3K subs. What up? I always crack myself up over that. All right. I don't know. Yeah, I think you're thinking too much, my guy. Yeah. I don't think we'd be a good fit, brother. But enjoy the content, all right? But if you're talking about like how do politics affect your dating life? Nah, just walk over. Just walk over. I was able to do all right in London, right? You see the infields. And just so you know, I'm half Fijian, Indian Fijian. Half of me is you, brother. I was able to do all right. That means technically you can get half the results that I got if you think that being Indian is the problem. But it's not. Shout out Peter. All right.